Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. We've got Modern Horizon 3 leaks, and they're all Planeswalkers. And they're all flip cards. So, without further ado, let's talk about it right after we talk about getting some subscribers. You heard me, you that's sitting in the chair. Click the link. Click it. We get to 1,000, we're going to start doing we're going to have some free giveaways. It's going to be a good time, so get us on up there. Also, links in the description to other ways to support the channel by buying some cards off the websites, eBay, TCG Player, and all that good jazz. This looks like it's going to be a fun one, so let's hit up the new Modern Horizon 3 leaks. The first one we have is Grist, the Voracious Larva. 1 green for a 1/2 Death Toucher. Already good because it's got 2 on the butt. Booty got back, or back, baby got... Anyway, moving on. I'm bad at this. Whenever it enters the battlefield or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it entered from the graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, you may pay 1 green. If you do, you get to exile Grist and then transform and put him back on the battlefield. So what's he do as a Planeswalker? Well, first off, he's got 3 loyalty, already pretty good. +1, create a 1/1 black-green insect creature token, then mill 2 cards. He gets a Death Touch counter if you mill a card that was black. Now, -2, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Nothing like having a permanent disenchant sitting on your side of the battlefield. Not relevant in every deck you play against, but nice to know it's an option. Just saying, in your green deck. Finally, -6, for each creature card in your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 black and green insect token. If you've got lots of creatures will enter the battlefield abilities or abilities when on the battlefield. Who cares if they're 1/1s when they all come into play and shit gets wild? So this looks like a very powerful card. And also in the formats it's going to be played in, Modern for example, there are tons of cards that let you get this out of the graveyard for 1 or 2 mana at most, meaning that for 2 mana, you can literally put this into play for 1 mana, and then for another green, flip it, and go ham. Also, don't forget, the card says any other creature, so if you have creatures that come back from the graveyard for any reason, you know, like the, I don't know, the black cards that when you lay a land, it gets to put a card from the graveyard back into play, you know, for free. I think that's Bloodgeist or whatever. Like, there's tons of shenanigans. Like, I can't go through all of them, or even remember all of them, but this is going to be very easy to make a 1 mana Planeswalker. Luckily, there are cards now that can kill Planeswalkers that are 2 or less. So, I think it's long goodbye from Karloff Manor. That card is probably going to get really popular, considering all these Planeswalkers are stupid cheap. Moving on, the next Planeswalker we have Tamio, the Inquisitive Student. 1 blue for an 0/3. She has flying because she never walks. When she attacks, you get to investigate, which is cool. I mean, basically tap her, make a clue token is what it says. As long as she doesn't die when you swing, I guess. When you draw your 3rd card in a turn, exile Tamio, then return her to the battlefield, transform under your owner's control. Before we get into that, let's talk about what she does. So she has 2 loyalty. For +2, until your next turn, whenever a creature attacks you or a Planeswalker you control, it gets -1/-0. Decent protection. Not the best. I'm not going to lie. -3, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. If it's a green card, add 1 mana of any color. Yeah. -7, draw cards equal to half the number of cards in your library. Round it up. You get an emblem with you have no max hand size. So let's start on the creature side first. Whenever you draw your 3rd card, Brainstorm says draw. So on turn 2, you can literally go Tamio, Brainstorm, flip. Yeah, and if that doesn't work, I guess you can go the old fateful way of swinging her in on turn 2 and 3, get a couple clues, and then just do it on hard mode, I guess. But there are way too many cards that lets you draw 2 or 3 cards in one go. That's going to make this thing flip. And why did I say 2 cards? Because it says when you draw a 3rd card in your turn, you get to draw a card on your turn regardless. Period. So Yeah. But the cool thing about this and making Brainstorm popular again, it says in a turn. Right here. Keywords here. In a turn. So if someone tries to kill Tamio on you, you literally can Brainstorm in response and then exile her and put her in place of Planeswalker. Might not work out the way you want it to because they could then probably attack her down since she only has 2 loyalty. But hey, options are good, right? Next, we have her abilities. The -1 to everybody attacking. I mean, it's okay. It takes her to 4, which is good. It gets her up. Her loyalty goes up fast, which is good. But it's only okay. However, if you get to plus her once and then minus her for 3, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. I'm going to pick up my Brainstorm. I'm going to pick up my removal spell. I'm going to pick up my Time Walk. I'm going to pick up my Ancestral Recall. There are so many things to abuse with this that it's just absurd. I don't even know what to say. And if you start copying this thing as a Planeswalker, like literally you could just combo someone to death by being like, oh, I have a Tamio, Seasoned Scholar. I'm now going to cast this card that copies it, which makes it the exact same thing, except it's not legendary, so it doesn't die. So for this turn, I'm going to minus the Tamio that was already in play, which is at 4, and get a Time Walk. My other Tamio, I'm going to +2, and now you can't damage me. Now I'm going to Time Walk. And now I'm going to untap, take my next turn. Now my new Tamio is on 4. My old Tamio is on 1. I'm going to +2 the old one, -3 this one, and you literally can start time walking your brains out. And after 2 or 3 time walks, I mean, if you got some shenanigans going on, it's going to be hard to win. Yes, you can't. They did fix it so you can't completely combo off because it's +2 and -3. Well, let's be honest. There are plenty of cards that say proliferate that also say draw. So yeah, let's not get too carried away about how this ain't a combo. That's going to be awful, especially in Commander. So, yeah, there's that. All right, moving on. The next card here we have is good old Saurin himself, Saurin of House Markov. Black 1 for a 1/4 lifelinker. Not terrible. Has Extort. For those of you who don't remember, whenever you cast a spell, you may play a white or a black. Each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain that much life. So, kind of good for Commander. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gained 3 or more life this turn, exile Saurin and return to the battlefield transformed. That's real easy. Like, healing salve. Mission accomplished. Tons of ways to gain 3 life. Not to mention just the fact that he has Extort and he's a 1/4 lifelink. This is going to happen. As a Planeswalker, he also has Extort, which is absurd in itself as a static ability on a Planeswalker. +2, create a food. Yeah. -1, it deals damage equal to the amount of life you gained this turn. Basically saying, make a food 1 turn, gain 3 life, and then bolt shit. Yeah. -6, gain control of target creature. It becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. Put a lifelink counter on it if you control a white permanent other than the creature or Saurin. I'm just going to say it. Like, if you start punching people in the face for like 5 damage and gaining 5 life, and then start taking Saurin down and just blowing shit off the table, powerful, fucking powerful. This is insanely good. Modern Horizons 3 is going to change the face of Modern again, and Commander. So we're gonna wrap it up. We got 1 more left. We have Ral, the Monsoon Mage. What is my problem? Anyway, Ral, the Monsoon Mage. Red and 1 for a 1/3. Says instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less. Already good for 2 mana. Just putting it out there. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery spell during your turn, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, Ral deals 1 damage to you. If you win the flip, you get to flip him. You win the flip, you flip Ral. That sounds like... Never mind, won't go there. Once you flip him over... Jesus Christ. Anyway, once you transform Ral, he enters the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter on him for each instant and sorcery spell you've cast this turn. We'll address that here in a minute. +1 until end of your next turn, instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less. -2, Rao deals 2 damage divided any way you choose among 1 or 2 targets. Draw a card if you control a blue permanent other than Rao. -8, exile top 8 cards your library. You may cast instant and sorcery spells from among them this turn without paying their mana cost. So, all right, first things first, the extra counters. In any kind of weird storm deck, this guy is going to flip over with 10 loyalty on top of what he's already got, meaning he's going to -8 and then proceed to kill the opponent when you finally find your Grape Shot and everything else in God's green earth, mana ramp and all that stuff in the top 8 cards of your deck. Again, the 2 damage is fine. I think the best thing about it is going to deal with a lot of stuff because we're getting to the point now where stuff doesn't have 1 toughness anymore. There's a lot of 2 toughness stuff, so that's good. And the ability to draw a card off of it is also great. The +1 and everything being cheaper is also just freaking phenomenal. Yeah, all these cards seem super powerful. There's going to be new decks designed around them. They're going to fit into decks that are currently existing, and they're going to change the face of Commander, in my personal opinion. So, yeah. Thanks a lot for hanging out with my TED Talk. So, until next time, be kind. I hope to see you on my next box opening video. Later, player.